We often associate black wealth with the entertainment capitals of Los Angeles or New York, the flashing lights of Hollywood or the boardrooms of Manhattan. But the true quiet empires are being built in the South, specifically in real estate. From the luxury waterfronts of Tampa and the commercial corridors of Atlanta to the equestrian estates of Virginia, a specific group of black women is reshaping the American landscape. This is the New South, a region experiencing a massive migration of wealth, and these women are positioned at the gate. Let's meet the richest black women in real estate who are literally reclaiming the South. Number 11. Sharelle Rosado, the military strategist of luxury. If you think real estate is just about showing pretty houses and baking cookies for an open house, you haven't met Sharelle Rosado. Before she was closing multi-million-dollar deals in Tampa, Florida, she was a paratrooper in the United States Army. That military precision didn't disappear when she took off the uniform. She simply redeployed it into the cutthroat world of luxury real estate. Sharelle is the founder and CEO of Allure Realty, a brokerage that disrupted the Florida market by proving that black women could dominate the ultra-luxury sector. For decades, the high-end waterfront market in Tampa, specifically areas like Bayshore Boulevard and Davis Islands, was a closed club. It was dominated by legacy firms and old money networks that didn't look like Sharelle. She kicked the door down, not just for herself, but for an entire squad of agents. Her business model is aggressive and disciplined. She recognized early on that influence is a currency in real estate. By launching Selling Tampa on Netflix, she didn't just create a reality show, she created a global marketing funnel for her brokerage. Think about the genius of that move. The show displayed her agents handling multi-million-dollar listings, which instantly validated Allure Realty to high-net-worth buyers from New York and California looking to move south. She bypassed decades of traditional networking by broadcasting her competence to the world. But the flash of TV hides the grind of the business. Sharelle's wealth comes from volume and expansion. Allure Realty has expanded operations into Miami and Charlotte, tapping into two of the fastest-growing banking and tech hubs in the South. She operates like a general, demanding excellence and high commissions. Her personal net worth is estimated in the range of $6 to $8 million, and it is growing rapidly because she acts as the broker owner. Every deal her agents close puts money in her pocket. She is proving that the new face of Florida luxury isn't a retiree in a golf cart. It's a black woman with a battle plan. Number 10. Egypt Sherrod, the Queen of Equity. Most people know Egypt Sherrod as the charismatic host of HGTV's Flipping Virgins or Married to Real Estate. But to categorize her as just a TV host is a massive financial mistake. Egypt Sherrod is a real estate heavy hitter who understands that the real money isn't in the hosting fee. It's in the transaction and the equity. Based in Atlanta, the undisputed capital of black excellence, Egypt has built a vertically integrated empire under the umbrella of the Egypt Sherrod Real Estate Group and Indigo Road Realty. Vertical integration is the key term here. She doesn't just help people buy homes, she controls every step of the process. Her background as a top-rated radio personality gave her a unique advantage. She knew how to communicate with the community. She leveraged that trust to educate black families on the power of homeownership as a wealth-building tool, not just a place to sleep. Her business genius lies in a strategy called design to value. Unlike agents who just list a property, Egypt and her husband, Mike Jackson, actively add value through renovation and design before taking assets to market. By owning the brokerage, the design firm, and the branding, she captures revenue at every stage of the real estate life cycle. She gets paid to design it, paid to build it, and paid to sell it. Her portfolio is diverse, ranging from affordable housing advocacy to luxury estates in Marietta and Sandy Springs. She has famously stated that she invests in ugly houses because that's where the profit lives. While the cameras are rolling, Egypt is often negotiating off-market deals that never hit Zillow, securing assets with instant equity. With a net worth estimated around $6 million and climbing, she represents the modern hybrid mogul. Part media star, part shark investor. She is teaching a generation that you don't have to wait for a landlord. You can become one. Number 9. Quiana Watson, the agent to developer pipeline. In the Atlanta real estate game, there are agents who wait for the phone to ring, and then there is Quiana Watson, who owns the phone company. Quiana Watson is a titan in the Georgia market, not because she sells houses, but because she teaches thousands of others how to build brokerages. She is the CEO of Watson Realty Company, a top-producing brokerage that moves millions of dollars in inventory across Metro Atlanta. But Quiana's true wealth accelerant is her coaching and development platform. She realized that the secret sauce of real estate success was being hoarded by gatekeepers. So, she packaged her knowledge into Agent Tools for Success, a digital education empire. This is a crucial distinction in wealth building. While she makes a commission when she sells a house, she makes money while she sleeps when an agent in California buys her course. This passive income stream fuels her physical real estate purchases, and she is a serious player in the physical world. Quiana specializes in new construction and luxury developments in the wealthy southern suburbs of Atlanta, areas like Fayetteville and McDonough. These areas are significant because they represent the concentration of Black wealth. These aren't just starter homes, these are sprawling, multi-acre estates for the city's elite. Her strategy is volume plus value. By training an army of agents under her methodology, she expands her footprint without expanding her personal workload. She collects splits, referral fees, and consulting revenue. Furthermore, she actively invests in land and development deals, moving from the person who sells the house to the person who builds it. Quiana represents the intellectual capital of the South. She proved that a Black woman could be the authority in a space often dominated by white men. Her net worth is a reflection of her ability to scale. She isn't just selling 30 homes a year, she's helping 300 agents sell 3,000 homes a year and taking a slice of the pie. Number 8. Rashida Frost, the commercial queen of Kirkwood. For years, viewers of Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta focused on the drama of Rashida Frost's marriage. They should have been focusing on her paperwork. While the blogs were talking about her relationship, Rashida was quietly buying up commercial real estate in one of Atlanta's hottest gentrifying neighborhoods. Rashida is the definition of brick-and-mortar wealth. She didn't just lease a space for her popular boutique, Pressed. She bought into the concept of ownership. Her store in Phipps Plaza, the most luxurious mall in the South, is a statement, but her investments in the Kirkwood and Edgewood neighborhoods are the real bank. Her crown jewel is Frost Bistro and Bar. In the restaurant industry, most celebrity spots fail because they are vanity projects. Rashida treats hers like a factory. She is often seen on site, managing operations and ensuring the asset performs. But the genius is the land. Kirkwood was once an overlooked neighborhood. By owning commercial leases or properties in areas where property values have skyrocketed by over 200% in the last decade, Rashida has insulated her wealth from the fickle music industry. Commercial real estate is a different beast than residential. It typically involves triple net leases, where the tenant pays the taxes and maintenance. Rashida understands this game. She has played the long game, using the cash flow from her reality TV checks and fashion line to fund hard assets. She isn't flipping houses for a quick buck. She is holding territory. With a net worth estimated over $2 to $4 million personally, and much higher combined with family assets, Rashida proves that the boss chick title isn't just a rap lyric, it's a deed. She owns the block she stands on, and in the rapidly changing geography of Atlanta, that makes her a landlord to the culture. Number 7. Kandi Burruss, the restaurant tycoon. Kandi Burruss is the smartest woman in the room. Always. While she is known for her Grammy-winning songwriting, she wrote No Scrubs, remember? And her tenure on The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Her real estate portfolio is where her reputation for frugality pays massive dividends. Kandi doesn't buy liabilities, she buys businesses that require real estate. Her restaurant empire, Old Lady Gang, OLG, is a prime example. With multiple locations across Atlanta, including a prime spot in the State Farm Arena and the Castleberry Hill District, Kandi isn't just selling soul food, she is occupying prime commercial square footage. Castleberry Hill is significant. It's the historic Arts District of Atlanta, often used for filming Hollywood movies. By planting her flag there, she benefits from the city's film economy. Restaurants are risky, but Kandi mitigates that risk by using her massive media platform for free marketing. The line around the block at her Peters Street location translates directly to property value appreciation. Beyond the restaurants, Kandi and her husband Todd Tucker serve as producers and investors in film and theater projects. She recently expanded into Broadway producing, backing shows like The Piano Lesson and The Wiz. Think of this as intellectual property real estate, owning a piece of the show that fills the theater. But her most savvy move might be her personal acquisitions. Kandi buys homes and land in Southwest Atlanta, an area rich in history and Black culture. She understands that as Atlanta expands, these areas become gold mines. Her wealth is estimated between $30 million and $35 million. A significant chunk of that is tied up in intellectual property, but an increasing amount is anchored in concrete. Kandi's strategy is diversification. If the music stops, the restaurant is open. If the show gets canceled, the tenant still pays rent. She is the ultimate example of how to recycle entertainment money into generational land wealth. Number 6. Davonne Reaves, the hotelier of the new school. Owning a home is the American dream. Owning a hotel is the American flex. Davonne Reaves is on a mission to make sure Black women aren't just cleaning the rooms, but signing the deeds. Davonne Reaves is a unicorn in the real estate world. She is a hotel owner and asset manager who founded the Vaughn Group. While most investors fight over single-family flips, Davonne looked at the hospitality industry, a sector where Black ownership is statistically less than 2%, and saw an opening. She made history by becoming one of the youngest Black women to co-own a property in the Hilton portfolio when she acquired a stake in a Home 2 Suites by Hilton in El Reno, Oklahoma. While not in the Deep South, this acquisition set the blueprint for her operations in the region. She has since expanded her consulting reach to properties in the South and even the Bahamas with the Nassau Floridian Hotel. But her true innovation is how she funds these deals. Davonne realized that while one Black woman might not have $5 million to buy a hotel, 500 Black women might. She utilizes a strategy known as Regulation CF crowdfunding. She created a platform and educational system, Vestor, to pool capital and acquire commercial hospitality assets. This is revolutionary. It democratizes big real estate. Davonne isn't just accumulating personal wealth, she is building a syndicate. By teaching others how to navigate the complex world of RevPAR, revenue per available room, and franchise agreements, she is creating a wave of new owners. Her personal net worth is growing with every acquisition, but her impact is exponential. She is proving that you don't need to be a Hilton to own a Hilton. You just need a strategy and a squad. Number 5. Donata Russell Ross, the heiress of infrastructure. In Atlanta, the name Russell is synonymous with concrete, steel, and the skyline itself. Donata Russell Ross is the daughter of the legendary Herman J. Russell, the man who built much of Black Atlanta, including parts of the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport and the Georgia Dome. But Donata is not just a keeper of the flame. She is a builder of the future. She serves as the CEO of Concessions International, a company that manages food and beverage operations in major airports across the country, including hubs in the South like Atlanta and Miami. While this looks like a food service business, it is fundamentally a real estate play. Airport concessions are real estate contracts, highly coveted, incredibly lucrative leases on some of the most trafficked square footage on Earth. Every time you buy a coffee at the airport, you are paying rent to Donata's empire. Furthermore, Donata is a board member and key figure in H.J. Russell and Company, one of the largest minority-owned construction and real estate development firms in the United States. The company's portfolio includes affordable housing complexes, luxury high-rises, and mixed-use developments throughout the South. They literally own the land that thousands of Atlantans sleep on every night. Donata's wealth is dynastic. It is measured in the value of a private company that generates hundreds of millions in revenue. She lives in a world of high-level boardrooms and civic leadership. Her influence shapes zoning laws, development projects, and the economic direction of the city. She represents the stability of Black wealth in the South. She proves that while it is hard to build a fortune, it is even harder to keep it. And she has done both with grace and steel. Number 4. Tina Knowles-Lawson, the Texas matriarch. Before Beyonce was the queen of music, Tina Knowles was the queen of Houston real estate. Long before she was designing costumes for Destiny's Child, Tina was a businesswoman who understood the value of dirt. Many people don't know that Tina Knowles' first successful venture wasn't a hair salon, it was real estate. In the early days of her marriage to Matthew Knowles, they operated Knowles Realty. They bought and sold properties in the Houston area during the volatile oil boom and bust cycles of the 1980s. This early exposure to the property market gave the Knowles family the stability to invest in their daughter's dream. They weren't starving artists, they were landed gentry. Today, Tina Knowles-Lawson is a formidable investor in her own right. Her portfolio includes luxury properties in Los Angeles and Houston. But her ownership of the South is spiritual and physical. She maintains deep ties to the Galveston and Houston communities. Her wealth, estimated around $25 million independent of her daughters, is protected in trusts and real estate assets. She famously owns a multi-million-dollar home in the Hollywood Hills, but her Texas roots run deep. She owns the narrative of the Black Southern matriarch, elegant, savvy, and landed. She taught her daughters that talent is great, but property is freedom. When you look at Beyonce's massive real estate moves, you are seeing the lessons of Tina Knowles in action. She is the original architect of the Knowles empire. Number 3. Beyonce Knowles-Carter, the global landowner. Speaking of the daughter, Beyonce is not just an entertainer, she is a sovereign state. While she spends time in Bel Air and the Hamptons, her ownership of the South is symbolic and literal. Beyonce buys what matters. Her real estate portfolio is a mix of emotional investment and cold, hard capitalism. In Houston, she has famously invested in the community that raised her. She and her sister Solange, along with fellow bandmate Kelly Rowland, have invested in projects to revitalize downtown Houston, including the Knowles Rowland Center for Youth. But the most striking purchase was the acquisition of a historic church in New Orleans. In 2018, reports confirmed that a trust associated with Beyonce purchased a 7,500 square foot stone church in the Garden District for roughly $850,000. This structure, built in the early 1900s, is more than a building. It is a piece of Southern history. While the purpose of the building remains private, the move signals her intent to preserve Black spaces. In an era where gentrification often erases history, Beyonce buys it to save it. Combined with Jay-Z, her real estate holdings exceed $200 million globally. They own one of the most expensive homes in California history, but her Southern assets are the heart of her legacy. Her philanthropic arm, Baygood, invests millions in small businesses and housing initiatives across the South during disaster relief efforts. Beyonce represents cultural real estate. She owns the culture of the South, and she backs it up with the deed. She doesn't just sing about Texas, she buys pieces of it to ensure her legacy stands as tall as the skyscrapers in downtown Houston. Number 2. Oprah Winfrey, the Baroness of the South. Oprah Winfrey is everywhere, but her roots, and her most sentimental land holdings, are in the South. She is a woman who went from poverty in rural Mississippi to owning land that spans hundreds of acres across the country. Oprah is a land baroness. Her philosophy on real estate is simple: buy land and don't sell it. While her Montecito, California estate gets the press, her holdings in the South represent her origin story. In Mississippi, the state of her birth, she has invested in land and community projects in Kosciuszko. These aren't high-rise condos, they are legacy plots. She owns the land to ensure that the place she came from is never erased. For years, Oprah also held a significant presence in Nashville, Tennessee, where she started her broadcasting career. While she sold her primary penthouse there a few years ago, her influence on the Southern market remains unmatched. She was a key investor and backer of Tyler Perry's vision in Atlanta. And though she doesn't have a massive studio there herself, Her capital helped build the ecosystem that allows Black real estate to thrive in the city. Oprah's net worth of $2.8 billion allows her to treat real estate as art. She buys privacy. She buys views. She buys peace. She owns a farm in Maui, yes, but she owns the South by virtue of being its most successful daughter. She proved that a Black girl from Mississippi could grow up to buy the plantation and then throw a garden party on the lawn. Number 1. Sheila Johnson, the resort queen. We have arrived at number 1. The richest Black woman in real estate, specifically regarding the hospitality sector in the South, is the indomitable Sheila Johnson. You might know her as the co-founder of BET. When she and her ex-husband sold the network to Viacom for $3 billion, Sheila became the first Black woman to achieve billionaire status. But she didn't just sit on the cash. She looked at the landscape of American luxury and saw a void. There were no five-star resorts owned by Black women. So she built one. Sheila is the founder and CEO of the Salamander Collection. This is not a small chain of motels. This is the pinnacle of ultra-luxury. Her flagship property, the Salamander Resort and Spa in Middleburg, Virginia, is a 340-acre masterpiece located in the heart of horse and wine country. Middleburg, Virginia, is the Old South. It is a place where Black people were once property. Sheila Johnson returned to that land and built a castle on it. The resort features an equestrian center, culinary cooking classes, and a spa that rivals anything in Europe. But she didn't stop in Virginia. She expanded her southern footprint by acquiring the Innisbrook Resort in Tampa, Florida, which hosts a PGA Tour championship. She also owns the Hotel Bennett in Charleston, South Carolina, often called the finest hotel in the South. Sheila Johnson owns the dirt, the bricks, the golf courses, and the spas. Her net worth is estimated at over $850 million to $1 billion. And unlike tech wealth, which can evaporate with a stock crash, her wealth is tangible. It is land. It is hospitality. It is the South. She has rewritten the history of the region. Where Black women once worked in the kitchens of the great Southern hotels, Sheila Johnson now owns the hotel, signs the checks, and greets the guests from the balcony. She is the undisputed queen of Southern real estate. From Charelle Rosado's military-grade hustle in Florida to Sheila Johnson's billion-dollar hospitality empire in Virginia, these women have proven that real estate is the final frontier of true equality. Which of these moguls inspired you the most? Are you looking to buy a block or build a resort? Let us know in the comments below. And if you want to see more deep dives into the hidden empires of Black wealth, make sure you like and subscribe to Black Status. I'll see you in the next one.